p.m. weekdays
on Twitter
on 98.3 Mainland.
We are
Pod Cruise,
Lagos.
6 p.m. weekdays on 98.3 Mainland FM. The Cruise never
Follow
stops.
us on all our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. On Twitter at Mainland FM. We are the sound of Lagos. Follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. On Twitter at Mainland FM. We are the sound of Lagos. Follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM.
.3 FM. Of course, this is our throwback edition. Yes, it's the throwback edition of Sport Cruise, and of course, it's right here on the sound of Lagos. Earlier today, Ghana, they defeated Switzerland in their FIFA World Cup preparatory game. That game finished 2-0. In fact, Switzerland did not have a shot on target, and it wasn't that they rested players. The lineup for the Swiss national team against Ghana was more like the regular lineup. All the regulars were there. Jan Sommer was in goal. There was Granit Xhaka. There was Mbolo. All of the regulars you can think of, they were in that game. And of course, Ghana won by 2-0 in that game for our Ghanaian brothers right there. And of course, the Super Eagles of Nigeria tonight will be in action against Portugal. The coach of Portugal, Santos, yes, he has come out to talk about the prowess of the Super Eagles of Nigeria ahead of tonight's game by 7:45 p.m. Nigerian time. Also, there are some other games that will be happening. Spain are currently playing as we speak right now. And of course, there's so much to talk about. We'll be talking about majorly on the show. We're talking about the race for the Golden Boots, FIFA World Cup Golden Boots, and also the Golden Boy. Yesterday, we talked about who will be the Golden Boy of the FIFA World Cup, the one that will be commencing on Sunday, 20th of November in Qatar. And a lot of options were dropped. That's the young player for the World Cup who will win it. A lot of options, the likes of Pedri and the likes. But Pedri was a common option for a lot of persons. So today, we'll be talking about the Golden Boot. Yes, the FIFA World Cup Golden Boot and the Golden Ball. The Golden Ball is for the MVP of the tournament. But before we get into all of that, let me welcome my guys on the show. And yes, I've got Opeyemi Akinyode right here with me, and also Olaoluwa Oni. When we were in the meeting yesterday, we were talking about personalities and Triple O, Olatunji, Lillian. They also mentioned the brown sugar, Jaydan, and all of that. And they mentioned Okwe. Okwe, what's your radio name?
Okwe.
What's your name?
What did you call me now?
Okwe is Okwe. Anywhere you go.
Okwe is Okwe.
Okwe is Okwe.
Well, Ansu Fati had given Spain a lead in their friendly match against Jordan. It's half time and it's still 1-0. Good evening, Lagos. The coach of Portugal is just whining us. He immediately said that story. I was supposed to appreciate you. Didn't whine me. We didn't qualify for World Cup. Your team is using us to prepare for World Cup.
You're not saying
fast where? Fast and furious. Why didn't you qualify for World Cup when we are fast?
Okay.
Who fast help?
Okay.
We want to go to World Cup. We are saying, see, even despite the fact that Nigeria didn't qualify for the World Cup, the buzz is still everywhere. I mean, all over the TV, all over social media, everybody's doing this. And by the way, you can actually go to Mainland FM's Twitter page at Mainland FM. There's a post up there. Which of the World Cup songs is your favorite from 1998 to 2018? There were 4 songs on that list.
No, I think it's till 2010.
2018 till the last World Cup.
Okay.
There are 4 songs on that list, so you can check the one that catches your fancy and put your vote
and
there.
If it's not there, maybe you want to drop your home.
And you can put it on the comment section. I mean, I voted already. Triple also made his choice. I mean, Triple is really old and he's going to call me old man. Triple is not thinking he's a Gen Z because he's picking a song that is like I mean, like 35 years old.
Cup of Life 1998.
And where do you want to put Waka Waka by Shakira, South Africa 2010?
Number 2 for me.
Zamina Mina Waka Waka
Ale.
How many people remember? Yeah, we go.
You know what? Maybe when we come back from break.
Ale is big.
Now you remember.
But Waka Waka, Waka Waka had the African feel.
Yes.
It was our song,
No
and
deny.
that was the first World Cup that was held on African soil.
Okay.
So Waka Waka was our song.
You're not in Vegas.
No, you can go and vote now. Go and vote. Go to Mainland FM page. Go and vote, please. Go and vote.
If I want to be partial, I would have gone for Waka Waka, but I think that Ali.
Who your partiality here?
It's actually Cup of Life.
Yeah,
Cup of Life. Ricky Martin.
I like the fact that this conversation is up. So go to Mainland FM's Twitter and do at Mainland FM. You see the post there, pinned post, and you can actually make your vote. And you join real later in the evening. You talk about it.
See, you have fun with you. You have fun. But first, enjoy. See, overloaded fun on the sound of Lagos, Mainland 98.3 FM. You've heard his voice already. Olaoluwa Oni. You gave him a name. Okay, you gave him a name recently. On Saturday.
Olakolabo.
Yeah.
We named you in absentia.
Olakolabo.
I am dying.
That's a terrible.
Thank you very much.
That's not my name. That's not my name. I think last time I checked, my name is Oniola Olua. You can call me Kiton though, but
what?
so good.
That's why you gave us a
You can call
name.
me Kiton.
Okay, I thought
I
you
said
said
do. You can call me Kiton, but
It's
it's nice to be here. Good evening, guys. Good evening, Lagos. So nice to be here. Our Super Eagles against the Portuguese national team tonight. I'm looking forward to that game. I think the Super Eagles will win the game. I have that feeling we win the game. Maybe by 1-0. And for Ghana, they should not go and call party. They're not going to call Shakira or Paso yet because it's not yet the World Cup. Very soon, the World Cup will open officially, and Switzerland are not a pushover. They are a very, very strong team to play, and they are very, 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 very dangerous. I think Switzerland for me should get to the quarterfinal in the World Cup.
Okay, Switzerland to get to the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup. That is according to Olaoluwa Oni, not according to me. Well, FIFA President Gianni Infantino will be re-elected unopposed for the 3rd term. Well, FIFA President Gianni Infantino will stand unopposed to be re-elected for a 3rd term in the post. The 52-year-old Swiss Italian became the head of football governing body when he succeeded Sepp Blatter in February 2016, and he was re-elected in 2019. And FIFA President Gianni Infantino will stand unopposed, and he will be re-elected for a 3rd term. FIFA said that following the call of election in March 2022, its member associations had only proposed Infantino as a candidate. So no opposition for Gianni Infantino for the next election. So he's done well. How would you rate him so far?
Deserved. Well, I mean, FIFA, just like every organization, the UEFA, that's Michel Platini, were enshrouded in a lot of controversy. Came in first to stabilize the FIFA, to reassure the sponsors of FIFA, the investors in FIFA, that the organization.
It came in at a perilous time for FIFA.
So he stabilized the organization, and then he tried to bring a lot of innovation into FIFA. Look at the last World Cup in Russia. I mean, look at the World Cup we're having in Qatar now. The first, in short, this is the biggest event ever held in the Middle East. There had never been a big event as much. I mean, FIFA World Cup is the biggest event in the world.
Yeah.
So you are taking the biggest event in the world to the one of the most obscure part in the world, just to make sure that there's inclusivity in FIFA. So I mean, it's well deserved. It's not like he's not had his own shortcomings. So
Yeah.
Baba said maybe when he leaves office we see all the blend. But the most important thing is that he was able to stabilize the ship of FIFA, clear the cloud, assure the investors, assure the sponsors, bring in more sponsors, create more tournaments.
Yes.
So I think it's well deserved.
Okay.
Let me just add a few to that. Fatino has been so good, upright, and he has done so
Upright?
well. Yeah,
Nobody is upright.
At least to an extent.
Better
currently.
than
Better than Bisayatu and the people we have.
And the Amadu Abadu.
But I'm looking at it that I think the more you are in an office, I think it affects more.
Okay,
maybe after the second tenure, I think third tenure now, I think he should leave. If he stayed longer than that,
Ola, you know what?
Yeah,
how long was the blatter?
that's the problem. I think
We'll
the more you stay in that,
we have a break.
after
Calm down, Baba, you should. I don't even know what to say again.
Nobody get more like Ola.
Well, we'll be back. Ola Kolabu, you want to collaborate with
I don't
Yago
collaborate
Fatima.
anything.
We'll be back after this commercial break. Stay tuned to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Do anything to get your Airtel SIM back on if you haven't used it for 30 days or more to enjoy.
Back Thursday evening.
Follow us on all our
Exclusive to
social media
98.3
platforms on
Mainland
Instagram,
FM.
Facebook, and YouTube at Mainland 98.3
Join Rio,
FM.
the
On
classic
Twitter
king,
at Mainland
for an
FM.
interesting ride on
We
old
are
school
the
music
sound of
from
Lagos.
every decade, genre, and time period.
FM. Yes, let me see your hands up, General. We're looking. Wonderful tune. It's the throwback edition of Sport Cruise right here. So yes, we are mixing it with some fantastic tunes right here on the sound of Lagos. My name is Triple O. I still have Olaoluwa Oni and Okpeyemi Akinyode right here with me. Okpe says Ola is Ola Kolabo. Okay, you see, if you want to give Ola a nickname, just call into the show and give him a nickname. I mean, we now sit down, we collate all the nicknames together. Yes, if I give you one, it will be terrible. Well, yes, if you want to give Ola a nickname, just call into the show and give him a nickname. We'll now sit down, we'll collate everything together. Then Ola will now pick we'll collaborate everything together. Ola will pick the one he prefers the most. Or maybe he will send it to some of those. They will now check. And yes, Ola will now. But let's move on the show. It's Sport Cruise. It's live right here on Mainland 90.3 FM. We talked about Ghana beating Switzerland in their warm-up, their final warm-up game, heading into the FIFA World Cup. Ghana's first game is in Group H at the FIFA World Cup, and it is against Portugal. That's on the 24th of November, and 4 days later the Black Stars of Ghana will play against South Korea before playing against Uruguay in the final group game on the 2nd of December. And it is possible that Otto Addo's side could meet Switzerland, who are in Group G alongside Brazil, Serbia and Cameroon in the last 16. So if Ghana, one way or the other, gets to qualify out of the group stage at the FIFA World Cup, there is a chance that they could play against Switzerland once again. So let's just wait and see how things will pan out. For Morocco, they are also in action. The last time I checked, they were leading. I'll confirm the scoreline for you in the game between Morocco and their opposition right there. Okay, for Morocco, they are currently I'll confirm the opposition for you. Morocco, the last time I saw them, they were leading 2-0. Yes, they were against Georgia. Yeah, against Georgia, they were leading, and they are still leading. Okay, they are judging Georgia. Yes, 43rd minute in that game. Thank you very much. Okay. Also, Spain, the second half has kicked off. It's now 2-0 in favor of Spain against Jordan. Yes, Gavi has given them the second goal. You see all these fatty Gavi, Pedri, Rodri, and all of them. We'll get to watch them all at the FIFA World Cup right there. Now, moving on, let's talk about our game tonight before we talk about the big one, which is the FIFA World Cup conversation. The game tonight, in as much as a lot of persons have said, I know for you've made your opinion known, you've made your thoughts known on the game, that you are less concerned about it because you are not going to the FIFA World Cup. But for the sake of concerned Nigerians that would be staying up, that will be creating time to watch that game, I don't want us to water down the game. In as much as we are not going to the World Cup, it's still our country that is playing, and of course some of our players have been in an impeccable form, except for the man that has withdrawn, talking about Victor Osimhen, and also Lisandawu, he withdrew as a result of injury. So going into this game, the coach of Nigeria, we talked about it yesterday on the show, Jose Peseiro, he said we have to win. If we don't win, we try to draw. If we don't draw, we try not to lose by a big margin. How do you think the result of this game will affect the Super Eagles, or do you think it will have any importance on how Nigerians sees the Super Eagles of Nigeria, especially the fact that Jose Peseiro has not done well when it comes to friendly games?
Well, after this World Cup, nobody will say anything about the Super Eagles until after this friendly match. Nobody will say anything about the Super Eagles until after the World Cup, except we get a positive,
so it's like their farewell game.
Except we get a positive result from this particular match. If we defeat Portugal today, because funny enough, the match is being profiled on almost all the major sport platforms around the world. Everybody's talking about the game between Nigeria and Portugal.
Sorry to interject you. We are streaming on YouTube, by the way. You can get to join us on YouTube. Just go to Mainland 98.3 on YouTube. You'll be able to watch us. You can also drop your comments right there. Go
and
to
on
Mainland.
Facebook also.
Yes, on Facebook, Mainland 98.3 FM on Facebook. Yes, you'll be able to watch us live and also drop your comments. We take your comments via these two platforms. We also take your comments via text messages, whether you choose to message us on WhatsApp or send us SMS. We'll take them. You can also join the conversation on the phone line 0913 600 0410 is a number to join the conversation with. It doubles all text messages, WhatsApp messages, and phone lines. So go on, okay.
Yeah, so what I was trying to say is that nobody will talk about the Super Eagles until after the World Cup. If you're not at the World Cup is arguably the biggest event in the entire world. Sporting event, political event, any event whatsoever. The FIFA World Cup is the biggest. So, I mean, the entire world is channeled into it. Even countries that didn't qualify for the World Cup, they're looking for ways to get marketing opportunities. Because the fact that your country did not qualify does not mean there won't be viewership in your country. There will be viewing centers open to play, especially key games. Now, this is a friendly match that does means a lot to Portugal, more than it does to the Super Eagles. Portugal will be playing an African country at the group stage, which is Ghana. Yeah. So Ghana knocked us out of the World Cup. Ghana took the only ticket from us. So it was a strategic decision for Portugal to play the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Let us see the people that our opponent conquered. Let us see their strength. Let us use African team to gauge the performance of another African team. They are neighbors. I mean, we played the World Cup with Ghana more like a friendly match because also that's like one of the biggest rivalry in African football, Nigeria, Ghana. So it's more of Portugal wanting to benefit more. They want to test the physicality of playing an African team, the mentality of a typical African team. Just like Michael Owen said, he said every African team goes into major tournaments, especially when it comes to global tournaments. They go into those tournaments. You watch their first game, they probably struggle. In their second game, they try to play better. In their final match, when it means they have to win or bust, they most likely would win. And we've seen the Super Eagles do that a couple of times at the big stage, whether at the Confederations Cup where we won the AFCON the last time in 2013, or even at the last World Cup. So I mean, it's more of Portugal wanting to size up against an African team, and that's exactly why they picked the Super. On the part of the Super Eagles, I mean, I looked at the turnout of the team. Virtually all the big boys, the Joe Aribos of this world, the Bassis of this world, all of these guys are in camp of the Super Eagles for this particular friendly match. So they are not taking it as a regular. Everybody wants to square up against the big team, and we looked at the top 10 teams going into this World Cup. We certainly put Portugal in the mix. They've got a very decent side. They've got a very compact team. They probably wouldn't score so much from you, and they are most likely not going to concede a lot as well. So it's a team that understands what they want. That's why they picked the Super Eagles of Nigeria, because they'll be playing Ghana in their group match. So it's more for Portugal and also for Nigeria, because immediately after the World Cup, the AFCON qualifiers return. So we want to put ourselves in a good position. I don't know what Parceiro is going to come up with. If he's going to try new things, he's not trying new players as it is. He's literally got a starting 11, of course, except with the withdrawal of Victor Osimhen. So you look at the starting 11 and you're asking yourself, can we get better from this? I still ask myself, Triple, I shared a link with you, General's interview that it was what's his name now, Amaju Pini, that brought disaster to the NFF and the Super Eagles, that didn't allow the Super Eagles to qualify. That he will have qualified Nigeria for the World Cup because we failed at the last AFCON, and then they decided to bring Austin de Guaivoy, that said his pattern is Pep Guardiola.
I love Pep.
He said what the journalist said, what do you tell your partner? He said you know Pep.
I love it.
And the funny thing was scratching his head. The same way Majipini was putting hand for us, like, do we even know what it means if we don't qualify for the World Cup? Both of them lose. Like father like son, like mentor like mentee.
You know Pep.
He said you know Pep. I love Pep. And then you peppered us. You threw us out of the World Cup. So I think it's a major one, and I want Parceiro to succeed. I want the Super Eagles to go beyond third place. I want us to win the next AFCON. I mean, it's been a while. 2013, that was last time we tasted any glory.
That's how long from now? That's like
2013. It's going to be 10 years next year that we last won the AFCON.
That's 9 years ago.
Exactly.
Before we won the 2013
we waited how long? Since 1994.
Okay. Maybe we are to be winning the AFCON in an odd year, but the next AFCON is 2024.
No, we won it in Tunisia 94.
Okay.
We won it in
2013.
2000. No, we won it in 1994. We won it in 2013.
Yes.
So maybe to go for 4-3-4.
Okay. 4-4-3. 4-3-4. Go. You see 4-4-3. But good one. You mentioned right, and for Portugal, they've gone with a very, very strategic option. If you want to play against Ghana in the World Cup, Nigeria is the best bet. Apart from being an African team, apart from being a West African team, Nigeria are so close to Ghana. There's a lot of semblance in the way.
Pattern.
Yes, in the way we play.
That's why they cancelled us out in Abuja.
Yes, that's the reason
They
why.
need how to flood the midfield. If you play Nigeria, it's win-win. If you lose the midfield, I remember when we played Iceland at the 2018 World Cup, where Agbe Musa scored those 2 goals. It was very simple: lose the midfield, lose the game, and we've not changed that pattern.
Okay, the coach of Portugal, talking about Fernando Santos, said Nigeria, they know them. They usually play in a 4-4-2 formation, while Ghana play in a 4-3-3 formation. So maybe now, if you're out there and asking what formation does Nigeria, maybe Fernando Santos has helped us to identify.
No, I think Pesero is going back to that 4-4-2.
It's Portuguese, so I mean, he should have 1 or 2 secrets.
Yes.
You can use against the Portuguese national team.
Yeah, he's also trying to go back to that 4-4-2. I think in his last days he'll be playing a 4-4-2.
Is that what
that's our tradition now?
Fits the national team right now.
I think that's what we have been playing for long.
The fact that we've been playing it for long, Ola, does not mean it's right.
I think when those
Geretor really didn't play 4-4-2.
He played
Yeah,
a
it was
4-4-3.
4-4-3
He
for
collapses
Geretor.
his structure into a 4-5-1 diamond formation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But he started with 4-3-3.
when Geretor came, he changed that. When I think Iguafoto always
Geretor really played with 2 strikers.
4-5-1.
up front.
He plays
I said he
4-5-1.
changed
One striker.
He changed our 4-4-2 to 4-5-1,
Yes.
4-3-3. Sometimes we play 3 at the back. I think he played 3 at the back in one of the matches. I think
Then Geretor came in and did
just did pep. He started playing 4-3-3. He played. We know what one of our one of our best formation as a Nigerian is as a Nigerian national team is always a 4-4-2. We love playing.
I mean,
2 strikers at the
we,
front.
we were so glorious with our 4-4-2 formation.
Yes, we are so
That
good
was
at
the
that.
era where we had.
Amokachi,
That
yeah.
was the era where we had pacey wingers. We had the Tijani Babangidas of this
Not
world.
just pacey
we had
wingers.
the Finidi George of
We
this
had
world.
wingers
that
were not selfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Wingers that wanted to supply the passes to the forwards.
Yes.
Not wingers that we have now.
what
like
do we have
Samuel
now?
Chukwueze that wants to
Chukwueze is
cut in
cut
and
and
shoot.
paste. He's cut and paste. He will cut and shoot outside of the
Moses Simon
stadium.
wants to
Like
dribble.
Pius Ikedia, the man that runs faster
That
than
one
the
give
ball.
everybody.
Moses Simon wants to beat everybody and okay Messi. That's the title.
He's an achiever. Oge Messi.
And
As if he's an Argentine. Oge Messi.
I can't forget that.
okay, Sampaoli.
I can't forget that
Oge
means
Messi.
that means against Ghana. God. That in that first leg, that means against Ghana. That Simon, me, you have dribble, and it means that. But I was just like, what happened?
Remember when we had this conversation quickly before we progress on this one? You need to have an identity, either as a club or as a national team. It doesn't mean you'll be predictable. If you see Brazil, play Brazil under 10, play Brazil under 20, they will play the same formation.
or play Spain.
You will know this is what they are coming with. It's just like Luis Figo's penalty. You will know where Luis Figo will put that
Just like
penalty.
Jorginho penalty.
Just like Yakuba Egbeni's penalty, you will know where the penalty is
Or
going.
if
Go and
Frank
stay
Lampard
there.
or,
Go and
Steven
stay
Gerrard's
there.
penalty.
That penalty will still score.
Yeah.
You will still not catch it. So the fact that you are used to doing something does not mean you can still not be creative with it. I'm looking at what the Super Eagles want to do today. I don't know if it's going to. They are going to be pained enough that they won't be
In
participating
the
at the
absence of
World
Victor
Cup.
Osimhen, who should pair the forward strikers?
I think I'll go for I don't know this guy. I've forgotten his name.
Who are you trying to remember?
I'll try to
Awoni?
remember. Not Awoni this time. I'll go for. I might look for Lukman and this other guy. This guy that appeared Osimhen in the last game that we played. I've forgotten his name. I think I'll go for the two.
So are you talking about Dessers?
CV Justice. No, not Justice. Not Justice. The person that
Ola.
played. I've forgotten his name. I
I mean, I
remember.
don't even know.
Why play? It's called. I
Let-
think it's called a brace against the Sao Tome and Principe.
Principe.
It's called a brace in that
Oh,
one.
See,
Very, very good.
I want someone that has physical presence. Lukman is not the most physical strikers that we have in a game. For Genk Super Eagles for this match, the Portuguese may see it as a warm-up game. Their final warm-up players, even if he's not going to be playing
Somewhat a disappointing
UEFA Nations League.
Yeah.
Yeah,
campaign.
Even the
Roughly just 1 point behind.
even their
Group winners.
qualifier itself, they were so disappointing. They
had to go through
one goal.
Oh God,
to win.
really? You're-
a Dennis and Onuachu
No,
up front.
I think that one makes sense for me.
Why would
like-
you want to bench?
I want Onachu and
or maybe Dennis and Lukman.
Why would you want to bench Lukman? for now?
Dennis and Lukman, both of them plays in the Italian Serie A.
Dennis.
Dennis
Osimhen.
Sorry, Dessers. I was going to say Dessers.
Dessa plays, but
Dessers and Lukman.
I'm not sure he's going to start. I think he's going to start Terry Murphy. I think he prefers Terry Murphy than any of them to pair with the other.
is it
striker.
what he prefers
The
or
way-
what is ideal?
Well,
in the last 2 games he has played, in last 2 qualifiers, Terry Murphy has started and he has scored.
Oh yeah, let's predict
And he has
starting
played
11 for
more.
Nigeria.
okay.
Let's try and predict
I
starting
think Terry
11
Murphy
for
will start
Nigeria.
from
Uzo,
Let's
that one street.
Uzor is is that one's personal project. Is Parcero's personal project. It looks like he wants to use Uzor to win AFCON.
Okay.
So Uzor starts for me. He's been in relatively good form as well.
A few persons though you expect to start into the Alex Iwobi, Uzor, Ekong, Basi.
Now that pairing in the heart of the defense.
I think it will be Basi. I think it will be Basi and
Ekong.
No, I think it will be Basi and Awazim. Or probably Basi and
you should stick to Ekong. Ekong gives us that. Yes.
Ekong where? Oh,
William Truzekong.
Okay, guys, see, let's save ourselves this selection headache. It is not.
The game will kick off in less than 2 hours.
So the lineup is not out yet, but once it's out, we will.
We are by
okay, Ola, you
6:45.
you are part of the backroom staff. That
I know someone Ola collabo. His joke.
Okay.
It should be 1 hour.
Collaborating with the Super Eagles backroom.
I think it should be 1 hour before kickoff.
Let's take a breather, guys. And when we come back, yes, we'll talk about the FIFA World Cup. Yes, that's the big conversation we'll be having after the breather. Yes, we're talking about the Golden Boot. Who is the biggest contender for the FIFA Golden Boot Award? Yes, in going into the FIFA World Cup, and of course the MVP in your crystal ball. What are you seeing that will most likely be the MVP of this FIFA World Cup? You can go to YouTube. Just go to Mainland 98.3 FM on YouTube. We are currently streaming live. You can watch us. You can drop your comment there on Mainland 98.3 FM right there on YouTube. You can send in your messages. 0913 600 0410 is the number to send in your messages with via WhatsApp or via SMS, via WhatsApp or via SMS. Just send your messages to that number. I should say 0913 600 0410. Let's take a breather. When we come back, yes, it's the FIFA World Cup conversation. It's just 3 days. Yes, 3 days to go to the FIFA World Cup.
This is Mainland
on all our
98.3
social
FM.
media platforms
The sound
on Instagram,
of Lagos.
Facebook, and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM. And Twitter at Mainland FM.
On every street, upon a fall, I'll be the word of my speed. In every discotheque and I can puppy, yeah. I wanna party 8 days a week. I promise you, everything gonna work out. Every tomorrow, no matter what go down. I promise you, gonna be sticking around. Every tomorrow, no matter what go down.
Yes, better together. That's the official theme song for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar. Yes, our World Cup studio is now open. Yes, you'll be getting updates, exclusive updates right there of everything happening at the FIFA World Cup. Yes, right here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Yes, focus will be the FIFA World Cup. Yes, starting from today, and of course into the tournament proper, which begins on Sunday. Yes, all the updates from your favorite. Maybe Nigeria is not in the competition, but we still get you all of those updates, interviews, and team news, analysis. All of the focus now will be the FIFA World Cup. Every other thing can wait after the FIFA World Cup. As it stands now, the FIFA World Cup is the big project that we are pushing, and of course it opens to sponsorship. Yes, exclusive 20 minutes of the FIFA World Cup right here on the on Sport Cruise on Mainland 98.3 FM. If you want to sponsor the show, yes, we are open. Let's have that conversation right here on Mainland 98.3 FM. Now, let's get into it, guys. Tunde Young is right here. He joins us on the show this evening. Welcome to the show, Tunde Young.
Yeah, good evening, Triple O. Good evening, Lagos. Good evening, Nigeria. Good evening to Okwe and Ola.
Ola Kolabu, please. Ola Kolabu.
Why? What did I miss?
That's his new name.
I don't know who is. I don't
He's
know.
collaborating with the Super Eagles. He's already giving us the starting 11 of the Super Eagles.
Yes, I'm collaborating.
So it's Ola collabo.
Okay. Guys, now let's jump into it. The FIFA World Cup. A lot of players are going there, of course, and they are favorites. They are those players we really want to see. They are those players we cannot wait to see them play for their respective nations at the FIFA World Cup. But let's talk about the Golden Boots. Yes, the Golden Boot at the FIFA World Cup has a way of not picking the biggest guys that you think will win it. Till today, I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo has not won the Golden Boot at the FIFA World Cup.
Nope.
Lionel Messi,
No.
he has not won it. Yeah, so that's how the FIFA. At some point, we had Thomas Muller at the 2010 FIFA World Cup. 2014, we
2014 was
okay.
14.
Yeah, 2014 FIFA World Cup.
It was Rodriguez.
No,
Yes, James.
Yeah, it was
James.
Rodriguez, 6 goals. 2018 was Harry Kane.
And
Was Harry Kane.
two of those 6 goals were
And
actually
guess
the
what?
top 10 goals of the tournament.
Guess what? The last time we
I
had
think it's got 5.
the highest we've had
6.
in a long while, he scored 6. The highest we've had in a long while of the highest number of goals in a single competition has to go to Delima Ronaldo in the 2002 FIFA World Cup, scoring 8 goals.
Japan.
Yes.
2 in the final.
Yes, 8 goals he scored in that tournament. Since then, we've had 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6.
Almost all 2 the time.
Yes, 5. So, first question: how many goals do you think is top scorer we have at the FIFA World Cup, and who do you think, or who are your top candidates to win the Golden Boot at the FIFA World Cup? Let me start with Tunde Young.
Okay. Top candidate, obviously, even though they've never won, you cannot still look past the two greatest
Ronaldo
players of
and
their
Messi.
generation. That's Ronaldo and Messi, especially considering the fact that Messi will be facing Saudi Arabia in the group stage. We saw them yesterday. They're not exactly pushovers, but also they are a team you would expect.
He will play Mexico and Poland as well.
Yeah,
Talking about Lionel Messi.
So he has opportunities to score, and for top scorers, the group stage is where you can really
Get as much goals as they can get.
And I still maintain Ronaldo will be played against Ghana. Yeah, Ronaldo is not in form right now, but it's Ronaldo and they are Ghana. So
I mean, Ghana just defeated Switzerland. Switzerland didn't even have a shot on target.
I see that's a narrative. I watched the game. Ghana
They were exposed.
Ghana roughed their way to that win. But it will not. That kind of juju does not work at the World Cup. It will not happen at the World Cup. I'm not impressed by this win whatsoever. It's not. I think at the World Cup proper, I think they cannot stand either one of Uruguay or Portugal or even South Korea. So yeah, for me, Ronaldo is a where is the clown? Ronaldo is
Why like this?
So Messi, Ronaldo.
I think Ronaldo is even more of a favorite. Like I said, he has something to prove to Manchester United and to the rest of the world that is not finished, because everybody seems to think it's finished now.
And when Ronaldo has something to prove, he delivers on the big stage.
Yeah, and especially he's playing not too difficult oppositions. You have Uruguay, who are on paper the toughest team in the group, but they also have a 39-year-old Diego Godin in their defense who plays in Vélez.
I mean, what's the difference between 39 and 37? 39 Godin, 37 Ronaldo.
I'm talking Ronaldo here, come on. Then, like I mentioned, his face is going to play Ghana. He's going to play South Korea. At the very least, I would expect him to score in each of those 3 games. So we might already even have 5 goals by the end of the group stage if it goes well.
I mean, he scored 3 against Spain in the last World Cup in one game.
Yeah, I think all of his 4 goals at the last World Cup even came in the group stage. He scored 3 against Spain. He scored once against was it Morocco? Yeah, it was Morocco. 1 new win against.
So
Spain.
for you, Ronaldo, Messi, who else joins them?
I would say
Kylian Mbappe or Neymar?
You know, the thing with Mbappe is not the only guy on his team. That's the thing. There's a certain Karim Benzema there. Even Griezmann has a knack for scoring at international tournaments, so the goal scoring duties will be shared. I'm looking at guys that their teams rely on them for goals.
Neymar Jr.
Yeah, Brazil relies on Neymar for goals with Neymar for goals, but Neymar also wants to create. That's the issue. Yeah, so I'm not surprised if Neymar passes up chances for the Richarlisons of this world. If Neymar is not even the top scorer in Brazil, and I would not be surprised, although I would still expect him to be. But at the end of the day, yes, those are the people.
So for you, Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar Jr., your top 3 candidates.
The World Cup has the way of surprising us. We might see an entirely different.
I mean, Thomas Muller won it as a 20-year-old in 2010.
Yeah.
As a 20-year-old in 2010.
Although in 2010 about 4 other guys scored 5 goals and he got it based on assist and minutes played.
But he got 5 goals.
But
as a 20-year-old.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not impressive. I'm saying like.
Now I've gotten your take. Okay, I don't know what you make of this. Your Golden Boot contenders.
Well, let me do this to you. Morocco's second goal was scored by Hakim Ziyech, and it probably would be one of the greatest goals he would ever score in his career from his own side of the pitch. He saw the keeper out and he looped it, spotted it, and classic goal. Is Morocco 2, Georgia 0. No, you don't give him space.
Keep your Chelsea allegiance. We are talking about World Cup. We are talking about.
I think this World Cup is going to be very unusual. A lot of these big players are used to the conventional World Cups we've always had. Ronaldo is going to his 5th World Cup. Same thing in Lionel Messi as well, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of other players are going for their 4th World Cup, some 3rd World Cup, some 4th, and all of that. So, and besides the fact that he's in Qatar, it's a different time of the year. Most of them are coming back from competitive level at their club side, so it's just like they are playing the next game as in the Premier League or in the La Liga, because all of their leagues are in top form. So the form that they are at the moment in their respective leagues will play some role going into the World Cup. I'm not saying players that have not been scoring goals but have not been popping up at their clubs will not get their chance at the World Cup. But what I'm saying is this: there's this level of consistency, and it's going to play now. I'm actually rooting for Kylian Mbappe as it is, because he wants to win the World Cup again. He's won it before. He scored in the finals. He scored against Argentina. He scored key goals for France in Russia. Yes, as a teenager. So he wants to make more. And then Tuneyon said something really critical. The timing of Ronaldo's interview, I think a lot of people don't understand the timing of that interview. Apart from the fact that there's going to be 6 weeks break, nothing like Manchester United or club football. Everybody's attention will be at the world. By that time, the board will have decided what they want to do with his future. But the World Cup is the biggest stage. This is probably Ronaldo's last World Cup. So he gets to the World Cup and he gets to drive Portugal as far as they can go. Then the message goes back to Erik ten Hag. Probably this guy is justifiable. I saw a stat this evening while we were preparing for this show. His goals and contributions since he returned to Manchester United, and this will certainly impress you. In 54 games, he's had 32 goals and involvement. In 54 games since he returned to Manchester United.
32 goals involvement.
Game's goals and assists. In 54 games. So the World Cup gives him the opportunity to say, you know what, whatever is happening at Manchester United, all of the fans combined, we have the World Cup. Let it stay in England. And for Lionel Messi as well, he's gotten to a World Cup final, sandwiched in between 2 Copa America, and he lost the 3 finals. 2 to Chile before eventually winning the Copa America. So this is most likely going to be Messi's. He said it today also that he's not going to be playing for too long. So this is likely going to be Lionel Messi's last World Cup. For Neymar, he's supposed to be the next thing after the sliced bread of Messi and Ronaldo. That's why he left Barcelona. That doesn't want to live under the shadow of Lionel Messi. They said he dived his way out of the last World Cup in 2014 when they were badly beaten. But hey, this is another opportunity for him again. See, the big boys will deliver at the World Cup. All of them are lucky with good seedlings at the group stage. We talk about Lionel Messi.
Lewandowski.
Poland. He didn't play yesterday.
Yeah,
they won their game 1-0. It was Piatek that got the goal for them. He goes into the World Cup fresh. One of the most consistent strikers who have won the last 10 years.
That's the problem for Poland. That's been his biggest problem.
That's a big league.
Even at the Eagles last Eagle they played, I think he scored about 4-3 goals. He knows how to get.
Before you jump in, so you've mentioned Ronaldo, you've mentioned Messi.
I just said the big boys will turn up. So it's most likely going to be the
so
regular people.
I can hold you.
Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe.
But with Benzema on that team, because remember the last World Cup he scored 4 goals, but that was because Giroud did not score at all. But Benzema is on that team. Benzema will not play World Cup and not score any goals.
And then Mbappe will not play. Benzema does not have the pace of Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Benzema has not even been the form Kylian Mbappe has been at club sides.
If Mbappe was going to
will it be just to play Benzema ahead of Giroud based on form right now?
I don't know. You don't have a choice.
Yes. But I think
Giroud is better form than Mbappe. Benzema has been injured. Yes, Benzema has had injuries.
Okay, so are we saying that we'll put a world footballer on the bench? World
player of the year
and use
based on what he did last year.
Boss. Even at
the of the year based on what he did last season.
Just Benzema is the better player. If that's the case, Ronaldo will not even be anywhere near.
But the truth of the matter is something.
Hold on, Ola.
The truth of the matter is this: Olivier Giroud had never been at the big stage to be the star boy. At the last World Cup in Russia, that's what I'm saying. He didn't have a goal and assist. He didn't even win corner. He didn't win anything. But he played every single game, and he was part of the second team of the tournament. But guess what? Ronaldo,
Benzema.
No.
Kylian Mbappe.
Giroud will still be a part of that team. I don't understand why. You will start him.
And I'm not saying,
I will start Giroud.
And I'm not saying this to slight Giroud. It's just that Benzema is the much better player. We cannot.
But Benzema not been in good form. He's been injured.
Giroud works best. I think Deschamps will start Benzema. Giroud works best for the team. Yes.
I don't want to be Didier. I don't want to be Didier Deschamps right now.
You don't put Benzema on the bench to accommodate you. You just would not.
No, I think what Giroud brings to that team is different from what Benzema brings.
Exactly.
He brings all other players.
Didier was Zlatan Ibrahimovic said
he
yesterday about Giroud. He said Giroud would never give you 40 goals in a season. He would never give you 30. But he gives you something that nobody gives you. Giroud plays for the team.
And it brings everybody into the team.
He plays for the team. There's a guy that will score for the team. I think you need a guy that will play for the team.
I think we should look at what Mbappe posted something on. I think on Twitter.
Yeah,
and he deleted it. He said he loves playing with Giroud.
Olivier.
He loves playing with Olivier, and he deleted it immediately. You can see the way.
Benzema did not be side for a while now.
No,
what do you expect?
He did it.
Benzema didn't go to the last World Cup.
No,
yes, I'm saying this is Benzema's first time national team for any major tournament.
He did
for the World Cup.
Benzema was in Brazil 2014. He scored for.
But he wasn't in Russia 2018. That's what we are saying.
But Benzema even the last time he was at the World Cup, Benzema even scored a hat-trick against Switzerland. I think it was even 5 goals he scored. But I know for a fact he scored at least 4 goals in that tournament. He's not new to World Cup football.
Okay. Let's wrap this up so I can take calls and take reactions right there. So you've mentioned Kylian Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Those are your 3. No. Yeah, I'm stick with 3.
Maybe.
Okay.
That's unfair.
I think I'll go for well, on my top on my list. I think I'll have Harry Kane on my list.
Harry Kane won.
In the last World Cup, in the last World Cup, he scored 6 goals and he was the top scorer in the World Cup. I think he can do it. I think he can do it again because maybe because of England, people are just.
And they're playing against, USA, Wales, and Iran.
He can score in those games, and he knows how to get the ball at the back of the net. I'll go for an Harry Kane. I think I will still tilt to Ronaldo a little. I think Ronaldo would want to.
So Harry Kane, Ronaldo, and who for you?
Oh, my number 3 should be I don't think Mbappe will score much going at the World Cup. I don't think he will. I think I will be. I don't know. I'm looking
at
right
me one
now.
person.
But
collaborate with one person and give me the name.
Let me just mention the name. Calvert. I know. If I not score, I'm just trying to.
Now you're a clown.
No, looking at that German team.
I don't think the German team will have a top scorer at the World Cup.
Seriously, I think Calvert will score.
I will not be surprised if they qualify from the group stage.
They will qualify from the group stage. I think a 4 or 5 goals.
It's not about Germany. It's about who do you think will win the Golden Boot at the FIFA World Cup.
Ronaldo, Calvert.
So for Ola, some way somehow.
I brought in Calvert.
He brought in Calvert. He just cannot separate that allegiance.
No, not the allegiance. I think I saw something about him yesterday.
Okay.
I saw
he plays even better for the German national team than
about
he does for Chelsea.
Differently yesterday.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
So for you, Cristiano Ronaldo, Harry Kane, and Kai Havertz. That's for Ola. For Tunde Young, Ronaldo, Messi, and Neymar.
There's an interesting candidate that we did not mention. Although he is unfit right now, if he plays all 3 group games, I think Romelu Lukaku can win the Golden Boot. In short, in the group stage, I know you don't like him. You are already doing phase 1 triple. But Lukaku will play for Belgium against Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. He can have 6 goals by the end of the group stages, and of course, like Ola said, Harry Kane is in there as well. But let us throw an African.
I know. Okay, I just want to talk about.
So who is the African?
Sadio Mane.
No, Sadio Mane is not even fit. I don't think he will play at the World Cup. So in that,
Hakim Ziyech.
No, he's not exactly a goal scorer. In that regard,
what about the Ghanaian forward?
Or the Cameroon guy?
I said it on this show, and I will say it again in case you even know it.
Ghana will not score.
The entire country will not score a single goal. You are calling striker to win.
I think Abubakar. I'm not an Abubakar.
Cameroon too will not score 1 goal at this tournament.
So who are you tipping?
The African I want to put
I'm
up.
Sure.
Okay, we'll see. The African I want to put up is Boulaye Dia of Senegal. He's a decent striker. It's not a particularly special, but it's a pretty for Villarreal last season. It's now a Salernitana. I think if he gets game time, the games are not exactly Ecuador, Qatar. He can get some goals. I'm not saying he will win top scorer, but it does feel wrong.
It could be the highest top. It
should be the highest scoring African. Yeah. And Youssef En-Nesyri of Morocco. Most people seem to forget that he scored a brace against Spain at the last World Cup. So and he plays for Sevilla. So this is a player that knows what it is to be at the highest level. He scored World Cup goals. He plays for a top team in the top 5 European league. So those are the Africans I think.
Let me ask you: will Tunisia score a single goal at the FIFA World Cup? Okay, so Tunisia, Ghana, and Cameroon.
Look, I've said this multiple
times. So for you, Tunisia, Ghana, and Cameroon not score a single goal at the FIFA World Cup.
Okay, Ghana is the only one I'm absolutely sure will not score at all.
Cameroon
and Tunisia will most likely not score.
Cameroon will
score. They cannot have more than one goal.
Abubakar,
Ghana will not score once.
Ola, hold on. I want to hear you.
Tunde Young, what's today's date? On Thursday, November 17 at exactly 6:51, I, Tunde Young, states on this show that there is no way Ghana will score one goal at Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup.
Okay.
Cameroon and Tunisia will also not score.
But you are so sure of Ghana?
I'm sure of Ghana.
Okay, well, his name is Tunde Young, and this is Sport Cruise live on Mainland 98.3 FM. Okay, Orlando chat this one. 0913-600-0410 is the number to call to join the conversation. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, guys.
Yes, your name and location, please.
This is Da Silva from Bagada.
Welcome, Da Silva.
Today, Young. Abel, what do you drink this evening?
You drank water.
Yeah, I'm always hydrated.
Water everywhere.
Okay, thank you very much, Da Silva. Let's take the next call on the show. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. This is Emmanuel from Okota.
Welcome, Emmanuel from Okota. Let's have your take.
Yes, concerning the World Cup, the top scorers are going to be Lionel Messi, Harry Kane, and Junior.
And who?
Neymar.
Okay, Neymar, Junior, Ronaldo, Harry Kane, and Lionel Messi for you.
Yes, one will be taking Harry Kane because he can actually get 2 goals in the group stage against each opponent.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, then for the what is it called?
Ghana. Oh, for the Super Eagles.
Ghana. Just they are just going to complete the 32 teams.
They are the attendees, eh?
They are just going to make so that the show will be 32, not 31. That's how Ghana is doing.
Okay, thank you very much for your take. Let's take the next call. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Triple.
Ladi Baku.
Yes, boss.
Welcome on board.
Tunde, thank you. Tunde Young, good evening. And others.
Yeah, they are all greeting you.
Yeah. My top 3 striker for the World Cup is Harry Kane, Lionel Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo. Harry
Kane, Messi, and Ronaldo.
Yes.
All right.
And for Gianni Infantino, a good one. He deserves a new tenure because he has done well. We've seen some innovation under his tenure, so he deserves another tenure.
VAR, at least.
Yes, VAR. Yes, he was under his tenure that they introduced video assistant referee. And for the Super Eagles match today, I wish them success against Portugal, and I want them to try new players, those that have not played. They should try them so we can see what they can offer.
Okay.
You guys are doing a great job.
Thank you very much, Ladi Baku. Okay, let's take the next call. Okay, do want to call us back. 0913-600-0410 is the number to call. I see some messages on YouTube. Stephen Ben says for him, his MVP is Neymar. Top scorer is Kylian Mbappe, and young player should go to Jude Bellingham. And of course, Gabriel Isioma says, good evening, guys. Triple O, how are you doing today? Nice job. Super Eagles all the way tonight. Okay, I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, wonderful evening to you, Triple and the guys.
Yes, a wonderful evening to you too.
Yeah, my name is Stephen John.
Welcome, Stephen John. Where are you calling from, Stephen John?
At the moment, I'm calling from Ogun State.
Okay, welcome on board. Let's have your take.
I just want to say that I wish all the teams all the best this forthcoming World Cup.
Okay.
To the senior man saying that the likes of Cameroon, Ghana will not score a goal. Let me just say that they could be fortunate to get a penalty and then convert it. That's the goal.
Okay.
So my guy, watch your tongue go, because if you could say bet,
we go drag her for here. We go drag her for here. You go there. You go there.
If they can't give them penalty for what's up,
he go pray say them go miss am.
But then to the top strikers that I think will do very well.
Yes.
I think Ronaldo number 1 because he wants to prove a point. As in, he wants to show my youth. So Ronaldo, I'll say I don't know. He's carrying Benzema is 100%.
But you put Karim Benzema in the mix if he's fit.
Yes.
Okay, give me your final candidate.
Benzema, and then finally, I think Harry Kane as well.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And God bless you guys.
Yeah, thank you and God bless you too. Let's take this message on YouTube. This one says, good evening guys in the studio. Tunde Young, I hope you know what you are saying, because if Ghana score, you don't enter top scorer. Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, Mike from Ikeja Cement. Thank you very much, Mike. You only chose Messi and Ronaldo. The rest can go and say to themselves. Okay, let's take this message, because it's about time we have to bounce out of the studio. This one says, good evening guys in the studio. Tunde Young, I hope you know. Okay, thank you. Okay, this let me take this one. This one says, hello guys, my top 3 favorite for the top scorer award is Harry Kane, Ronaldo and Neymar. Okay, thank you very much. You didn't leave your name, by the way. Okay, I think first by Eric from Oregon Keja. Thank you very much. We have to go on the show, but before we go, Rio is here in the studio. Rio, your mic is on. Okay. So I was in the office. I was getting set for my show. Rio was getting set for his show as well, and he asked me about FIFA World Cup songs and my favorites. What are we expecting this evening? Already we've given
it's like a tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good evening Lagos, good evening Nigeria, good evening to the guys in the
studio.
studio.
So they talk for sports.
Man, no vex now. The classical person.
Okay, welcome.
Okay, so basically what we're expecting tonight is just like heralding the advent of the FIFA World Cup, which will be taking place on the 20th of November.
This Sunday.
So we just want to ginger our listeners and just just
take them back in time.
Exactly. So it's going to be like a top 10 countdown of all the official theme songs of FIFA World Cup. You understand? So I'm not so much. It's just the songs that just
don't go anywhere. You told me the person that owns the original version of the UEFA Champions League song, and I'm like, I thought it was for FIFA. No, sorry, for UEFA. I should say.
UEFA, UCL,
then you had to tell me that there's a man that owns that song.
Yes.
FIFA had to adapt the song.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Exactly. It's actually George Frederick Handel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All of this wisdom, bless our listeners.
No problem.
I'm
happy to be.
Have a wonderful rest of the night, and stay tuned to Mainland 98.3 FM. Up next is Rio. Yes, right here on Mainland 98.3 FM.
Every tomorrow.